if you were the devil.
If I were the devil.
No, if you were the devil. Imagine you've been kicked out of heaven and you aren't happy. You know that you can't dethrone the Creator, but you do know you can cause a whole lot of grief with his creation. You've got one shot at it. What scheme would you concoct to successfully cause the maximum amount of grief? If I were the devil, my major thrust would be to present the option of the autonomous self. And that is exactly what the devil did in the garden when he asked Adam and Eve, has God really said? The devil has been running that play ever since Adam and Eve decided they would be better gods than God. This scheme has never been on fuller display than right now. The rise of the autonomous self has infected at least 15 realms of our world. Let's start with the obvious expressions of the autonomous self. Number one, reality. It's not uncommon for a university student to affirm, yeah, we might be living in a giant's dream. Why? Because the rise of the autonomous self allows us to be detached from what is really real. Okay, I perceive that you're actually Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, that's
Am I wrong?
I mean, if that's what your perception is.
No. Am I wrong?
No. I don't
You
know.
are Oprah Winfrey?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet!
You get a card.
Wow, for everybody?
Yes.
So you're Oprah?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I know her image changes every month on the front cover, but I didn't expect this. Number two, truth. Hey, your truth is your truth, right? I think that when I die, I am going to go to Graceland and spend eternity with Elvis Presley eating peanut butter and banana sandwiches for the rest of eternity if I sing You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog 3 times before I die. Am I wrong?
I mean, no, that's sort of a little weird fantasy.
Okay, I'm wrong.
No.
I'm not wrong.
You're
you
not
think
wrong.
I'm right?
Yeah, wrong. What's wrong or right?
3, sexuality. Love is love. Why? Because you get to decide how you want to use your body.
I am happily married to a carnival ride called a skydiver. His name is Bruce.
Which brings us to number 4, expression of the autonomous self, abortion. The argument of bodily autonomy was used by progressives to persuade the Supreme Court that Roe v. Wade is good law. Your body, your choice.
I'm really passionate about women's health, and I think that we need to give them more autonomy in their health care. I don't think that women should have to explain why they need an abortion, but that just, if they want one, then they can get one.
Number 5, gender. What gender are you? You're not either a pink or blue. You're whatever gender you choose to identify with.
How many genders are there?
Infinite?
Infinite.
I think there are infinite genders.
Why do you say that?
Because I think, I don't know, you can't put things in boundaries.
There are some more expressions of the autonomous self. These are a little bit more subtle. Number 6, hermeneutics. What does that Bible verse say to you?
The Bible is a matter of individual, subjective interpretation. Whatever it means to you is fine. Like I say, if that's what people have in mind, it terrifies me for this reason. Because then it becomes a slogan for what we call subjectivism.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Number 7, church attendance. I don't need to be with God's people. I have myself, and that's enough for me.
You need to be in the church. You can't exist in isolation. God never intended that for you. Find a group of people that you can love and serve and minister to, and be a part of it, and be faithful and be loyal.
Number 8, divorce. The autonomous self has the right to be happy, break any vow that limits one's ability to do so.
Murph, calm down. Divorce isn't scary. In fact, it's a good thing. Are you serious, dude?
Number 9, broken families. Parents who dare speak into the lives of their adult children will be canceled by them without compunction. Nobody, including mom and dad, is going to stand in the path of my happiness.
What horrifies me is that there are parents who so disapprove, who are so brainwashed to think that this is something, out of the Bible or ungodly or, against nature.
Number 10 expression of the autonomous self, homelessness. This is why we allow drug-addicted image bearers to sleep under bridges, because we must let the individuals live the way they think best.
And then there are the thousands, at least 8,000 people without homes in this city, many of them living along the alleys and sidewalks of this neighborhood.
Number 11, marijuana.
Call it a weeder. You get it, man? Like a feeder? Weeder. Clever.
Of course, makes no sense to allow people to become potheads, but it makes perfect sense if you believe in the autonomous self.
Marijuana advocacy groups protested outside the White House today, demanding President Obama decriminalize marijuana nationally. Leaders, activists, and supporters lit up their joints as they protested in Lafayette Square.
Number 12, patriotism. The autonomous self, no obligation to neighbor, country, flag. This life is about me. We're all captains of our own destinies.
5, 6, 7, 8.
America was never great.
America was never great.
America was never great.
Number 13, texting and driving. My text is far more important than your life.
Take a look at this video. A distracted truck driver in Arizona, allegedly looking at pictures on his phone, crashes into police cars and emergency vehicles, killing one officer.
Number 14, violent crime. Murder, no longer the taking of a human life. It's an act to ensure someone is no longer a threat to my self-fulfillment.
When liberals scream, do something after a mass shooting, why aren't we also dealing with the fact that the average American kid sees 200,000 acts of violence on screens before the age of 18? And that, according to the FBI, one of the warning signs of a potential school shooter is a fascination with violence-filled entertainment.
And finally, the last expression of the autonomous self, singleness. Why aren't people getting married at a younger age? Because a covenant relationship puts constraints on me and how I want to live.
So my opening word is, if you're not married, get married. This is the grace of life. This is God's best gift.
This list could go on, but the point is clear. The devil's scheme to encourage humans to shake their fists at God, tradition, theology, the Bible is alive and well. The question, of course, is what do we do about this? For the answer to that question, we only need to consider the better Adam. If you consider the devil's strategy to tempt Jesus in the wilderness, there were 3 variations of the same scheme: autonomous self. How did Jesus counter the devil's autonomous self-temptations? The Word. And that is precisely what we need to do. If we engage our culture on any other level than the Bible, the devil will have more victories than losses. Yes, continue voting, but know that politics won't save a society bent on autonomy. Continue to do good to all men, but know that acts of charity will not slow down a culture that is racing towards self-destruction. Yes, continue to try to reason with people, but know that their reason machines are busted, and nobody has ever been reasoned out of the kingdom of the autonomous self. Recently had a meal with Daryl Harrison of Grace to You. You can watch the entire conversation at our YouTube machine. He brilliantly said it's a fool's errand to debate a CRT proponent. Instead, Daryl encouraged us to lift the conversation to another realm, the realm of the Bible. And that's what we must do with CRT and every other realm, ideology, or stronghold that stands in opposition to God. Use the Word. If we want people to think rightly, they must first believe rightly. Read 1 Corinthians 1, 2, and 3. Spiritual things are spiritually discerned. If we don't want people to think like noodleheads,
ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
they don't need a book on how to think better. They need the gospel. All right, gentlemen, second half. Here's the strategy. Psalms. Imprecatory psalms. Now take a knee. Let